we're in the mermaid lab, which is a maintenance shack out behind the Marriott. And that's where the guys are sculpting right now this mermaid.
This is the skeleton tail of the mermaid. Building the armature has taken about close to a week. And just a lot of vertebrae to sculpt. And then we're trying to break them up a little bit by adding these spines to make them look a little different and a little more interesting than just same size spine going down the line.
And then we've got 13 skeletons that we're going to use. And this would be the part that's out of the water, suspended from vines or whatever we're using. And then this is the part that's in water. So this will all be cast. And the bones are obviously very opaque, but fish bones have more of a translucency to them. So we're going to cast this in a semi-translucent material. Yeah, Don is working on the tail for the mermaid skeleton. So I mean, some of them will be completely skeletal, and some of them will have stretched, almost as if they've been mummified. We'll have stretched sinew between the bones and all that. After this is sculpted, we've got about another 2 weeks on this. Then I'm going to bring in some mold makers from Los Angeles, and we're gonna mold this and then cast it out of silicone. Cut all the extremities off, the arms, the head, the hair, the tail, the fins, and then finish off the body, mold that. So it's easier to cast, and then it's also easier to mold. Plus they just like cutting heads.
You're right. It's totally ordered.
Yeah.
It's a head.
So here's the bunch of hair goes onto the mermaid heads. So it's lots of work. This is Lenny just painting the mermaid.
This is the skeletal mermaid tail. And right now we're just putting dark colors on the tips to sort of bring it out. And these are the upper halves of the mermaids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the human portions. And all these tails connect into the spine on all these guys. The actual dead mermaids that Hiroshi did, they're a little sexier than these, but what can I do? This is sort of what marries the upper portion of the skeletons to the tails. In the dead mermaid that was sculpted, it has a representation that they had legs, sort of going down into the tail, so we wanted to keep those leg bones to sort of represent them, so they kind of go inside and underneath all the ribbing, and then they kind of fan out into flipper feet.
Look at we caught, John, with one little hook.
We were given several designs. I think it was 4 total that we went from ILM. You can theorize about what these things should look like forever, and do design after design after design, but ultimately the clock is ticking and the production machine is moving forward. You need something to film. In this particular one, which we are, calling the Hero, it's got about a 2.5-inch thick silicone skin, so when Barbosa kicks it, it moves like whale blubber. This was about 7 weeks, start to finish, every weekend. I mean, we had, maybe 2 days off in the 7 weeks that we've been on Hawaii because we've been working on these guys. But I love it. I mean, this is why I got into the business in the first place.